to this Why Leeds event. Today you're going to get the chance to find out about the 4 universities in Leeds, get an insight into our fantastic student city, speak to some of our current students and get some top personal statement writing tips. We do hope that you'll find today useful, whether you be a student who's put a Leeds University on their application form and haven't been able to visit, or you're at the start of researching your options for the future. I'm stood in the beautiful City Square, and that is a short walk from our train station, which is the busiest train station in the north of England. City Square is likely to be one of the first places you would walk through if you came to an open day with us. Right behind me you can get a glimpse of the Channel 4 head offices relocated from London, and we have loads of other exciting businesses, shops, bars and restaurants in Leeds, with new things opening and new things happening all the time. This is why I love Leeds. The continuous investment and development into the city makes it a really exciting place to live, work and study. So now let's find out a little bit more about why our students chose to come to Leeds. We hope you enjoy.
Leeds is great for shopping. There's loads of independent little stores like the Corn Exchange, and we've got Trinity, which has got lots of chain stores.
Even on a rainy day, Leeds has a lot to offer. We've got the Leeds Art Gallery Museum and Town Hall, which has lots of events going on. It's a very cultural city overall. There's always something to do.
Millennium Square is great. We have lots of events here. We always have slam dunk and lots of music festivals. And at Christmas we have the German market.
Hyde Park's a really popular place for students to move to, especially after their first year, people from all the universities. There's a massive park, there's a skate park, there's loads of pubs, a little walk up the road and you're in Headingley where there's loads of shops and some more pubs. It's a really nice place to go for long walks, for runs, anything you fancy really.
This area in Leeds is next to the 3 main universities. It's a really social area. There's lots of great coffee shops and restaurants that you can chill out with your friends. It's overall a great place to be.
You have heard from our students about why they love Leeds, and now it's time to introduce each university to explain what they have to offer you. First up is Leeds Trinity.
Hi everybody, my name's Lauren Cobb and I'm a Senior Student Recruitment Officer from Leeds Trinity University. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit now about Leeds Trinity University, who we are and what we offer. So who are we? We're a small campus-based university and we're based in Horsforth. So Horsforth is a village-based setting which is about 6 miles outside of Leeds city centre, pretty much about 12 minutes on the train. So you can see a picture of our campus on my right there. We're a small campus-based university. We're a very green university, very rural. We've got approximately 3,500 students. So because we're smaller and everything's based on one site, we very much stand by our tagline, which is that students are a name and not a number. So you'll get to know all of your course mates, your people who live in your accommodation really well. But really importantly as well, your academics know you, they know you as a name, not a number, and vice versa. You know them as a name and not a number as well. So we're a really community-based university. And what do we offer then? So we offer a range of undergraduate courses. You can see them listed there. Ones that are really popular and that we're really renowned for include primary education, because we started off as a teacher training college and then evolved through university. So very much primary education is very important to us and really epitomises what we do. We offer some social sciences that are really popular, such as psychology and criminology and sociology, and then also some of the courses that you might have already studied at school or college, such as business, English, and ones that you might have come across before. So that is everything from me. If you did want to ask us any more questions, please feel free to email us at hello@leedstrinity.ac.uk. You can also chat with our student ambassadors through our UniBuddy site. So if you Google Leeds Trinity University and chat with our students, they're the real experts on life at Leeds Trinity University, and they'll be able to tell you what you really want to know.
I really felt like it was a family type university, quite close knit.
With Leeds Trinity, it is very homely, because when you're actually on campus in here, you do kind of feel like you mean something and you know everyone around you.
And it was really nice because it's like another little community in itself, and it's surrounded by green space as well. So in the summer people like to have barbecues and things, and it's nice to socialise.
And it's a lot more one-to-one and personal, so you can actually talk to your lecturers, and if you have any issues you can email them and talk to them about it.
And even when I came on the open day, they said that we're more like people than a number, and I really felt that when I was looking around.
So throughout first year, I didn't personally own a PC, so the library was my friends in terms of completing assignments, because obviously 24-hour T-Suite, you could go in there whenever you want, complete assignments at any time of the day, even if it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
A lot of the work on my course is practical and very hands-on, so you get to use the Macs and the editing suites and real cameras that would be used in the industry. It's because employers are looking for experience, and this uni gives you the opportunity to actually work in the industry while you're still studying, so that you have the experience on your CV when you're applying for a job.
Hopefully when I've got my degree I plan to go on to do my masters and then go into clinical psychology.
So I think Leeds is a really great student city. It's full of independent bars and restaurants. It's also got cultural aspects like museums and art galleries as well, and the town hall, which are nice to visit.
Yeah, but Leeds is a very open, accepting community.
Because it's based for students, and there's lots to do, bars and all sorts of places to go.
So if you want to be part of the community and feel like you actually matter to the university, I'd recommend Trinity.
The next university who's going to speak to you is Leeds Beckett.
We asked our students to talk about their Leeds Beckett experience.
Loads of my lecturers are all from industry, so it's really nice to go from studying the theory-based things to seeing people practice what you want to do in the future, and I think that really does inspire me.
So my lecturers inspire me because they are the real business women of the world. They are the actual fashion designers that we aspire to be one day.
I noticed that there were a lot of technology and software labs at the school. The one thing I really wanted to focus on was learning new skills, new software with current technology.
Quite a lot of universities kind of push for solicitors, but barristers don't get as much recognition. So having a mock courtroom to do your trials in is pretty good.
My lecturers inspire me by being the best that they can be. They are always active and ready to help you no matter what. They are very bubbly, very positive. They are very knowledgeable about what they're talking about. They're always ready to answer questions, even if they're busy or have issues of their own. They're always there to help you, and I just think that's brilliant.
there might be times where you will doubt yourself and think, I can't do this, but definitely stick it out, get as much advice as you can. The lecturers are always more than willing to help. So make sure you always ask for the help, get the feedback, and you definitely can turn things around and do well.
One of the best opportunities the course provides is the chance to volunteer. I did mine with youth offending, but the course allows you to do it within any social setting.
So far, I have only completed one placement, and that was within the mental health setting. It was the all males ward. The experience was absolutely eye-opening. We got to apply quite a lot of theory that we had learned on the course, and we applied it practically. Got to learn so many different things like people skills, taking a holistic approach, and it was absolutely amazing to network with other occupational therapists on the ward as well.
They had the Freshers' Fair, and I went and tried to sign up for as many societies as possible. Obviously, I don't stick with all of them, but you get to meet a lot of people. I met people on the rowing team, on the archery team. I met the people who I do scuba diving with now.
So I'm part of the Law Society at Beckett, which is really good because they don't just do social stuff, which I think is quite important anyway, because you need to get out there and meet people, but they also put on networking events and workshops on how to interact with people, what to say, prompts.
The advice I'd give to new students is I would say throw yourself into university life. Try something you've never tried before, if that's a sport or a society, just give it a go. I think the more involved you get, the more you'll get out of your university experience.
Everybody who's older than you always understands that this is a fresher. They're trying to get used to the place and meet new people. So everybody is always really engaging and helpful and wanting to be friends with you.
I'm also part of other societies. So there's the Barrister Society that they have, which is specifically for people wanting to get into advocacy and growing that confidence in that area, connecting with other barristers in Leeds. And then other things such as, the sports team, so lacrosse, and I do surfing as well. So also helpful to just get your foot out there and you meet other people through other clubs.
Check out our open day and begin your Leeds Beckett experience.
Now it's time to hear from Leeds Arts University.
Everybody, my name's Jenny Scannell and I'm here to welcome you to Leeds Arts University. So just to tell you a little bit more about who we are and what we do. We're the only specialist arts institution in the north of England, so we're really passionate about art and creative learning. We have a range of further education and higher education courses, and you can find out a lot more about what we have to offer on the website below. But we have two sites, one on Vernon Street, which you can see the image above, and one on Blenheim Walk as well. We've been around for a really long time. We were founded in 1846 and we've been through lots of different names and buildings, but now we're known as Leeds Arts University. In the Vernon Street building, we have our college courses, including a foundation course, and at Blenheim Walk, we have our undergraduate and postgraduate courses. And Blenheim Walk's next to the University of Leeds campus and the Leeds Beckett campus as well. So it's a very creative student-based area. What would it be like if you were going to study at Leeds Arts University? Well, in a moment, you're going to see a video all about what Leeds Arts University looks like, so you get a bit more of a picture. But here are some of the things that we think are really important. We believe in having degrees that will make you ready for the real world. We believe in developing course communities so that you're able to collaborate with people in different year groups or in different courses across the institution, so you can really build your skills as a creative. We also really believe in having high quality equipment and facilities there for you. So if you're working whether in a tech way or a hands-on physical making way, you can make the artwork or the things that you would like to make. So if you'd like to know more about Leeds Arts University, there's plenty of things to explore. Firstly, we have open days on our website and you can follow the link in blue. If you've already applied to us, keep an eye on your email because you'll be hearing about our applicant days that are coming up. We also have our digital end of year show online if you follow the orange link for that. As you can see, that's 2020 show, and 2021 show is just about to come out. So again, if you want to see what we've been making, have a look for the 2021 show. If you'd like to speak to a student who's been there, done that, and is currently studying with us, you can use the green link. And for any other questions or anything at all, please just drop us an email because we're very, very happy to chat to you. So enjoy the other videos, and I hope you get to think a lot about the reasons about why you may want to study at Leeds. Okay, bye.
The university has a really friendly feel to it.
There's a huge creative atmosphere here.
And everyone's got their own style.
It feels homely and the staff are really friendly.
I like the freedom. I like being able to come to my studio and just spend the whole day in front of all my work and my ideas.
Something I really enjoy is the ability to work with just everyone.
Being in an arts unit, we can collaborate with whoever you want.
It's a great working environment to sort of be in.
It's a lot of like hands-on practice. We're always learning new stuff every single day.
The fact that it was practical was just great. I just love it.
I love the contact time that we have with our tutors.
We get like a lot of one-to-one.
I really enjoy that tutors are interested in who we are as people and as practitioners.
Staff are so helpful.
And they're really encouraging of us. The tutors will know you and they'll know your work.
They are industry professionals. They know what they're talking about.
They really take care of us.
The facilities are really good.
The facilities here are great.
The facilities themselves are industry standard.
General access to like anything we need is amazing.
It's so good having it all at your fingertips.
I saw the great facilities and I thought it would be a great way for me to express myself.
You come to university and then you learn everything from scratch, and by the time you finish you know all the industry standards.
Leeds has something for everyone.
There's a lot of culture in music and in film, and it's something that I would recommend to anybody that would love to explore, you know, life.
I'm glad I came to Leeds. The uni's like really nice.
It's like a home away from home almost.
I really like the fact that everything's local, including uni.
Leeds was definitely a place to be for me.
It's really exciting.
And finally, you're now going to hear from the University of Leeds. Hi, my name is Steph and I'm from the University of Leeds. I'm going to highlight some of the amazing things we have on offer at the university, and you're also going to get the chance to hear from 3 of our current students. We are a campus university, which basically means all our buildings and services are in one location, and you can see this highlighted on the image in the screen. We are unique in the fact that we are a campus university, but we are so close to the city centre, with the train station being a 10 to 15-minute walk away. Our campus is home to some incredible architecture and buildings, and you can see this from the images on the screen. But we're also a sustainable campus, and sustainability is at the heart of everything we do. We pledged to become single-use plastic-free by 2023, and we are well on our way to achieving this. So next up, you're going to get the chance to meet one of our students, Katie, who studies medicine.
Hi, my name's Katie and I'm a final year student studying medicine at the University of Leeds. I was instantly drawn to Leeds from first visiting. I thought it had great facilities and I loved that everything was in one place on campus. The medical school itself has excellent facilities and they've been upgraded in recent years. There's clinical skills labs, practice things like taking bloods, there's dissection suites, learn anatomy, and we also have our very own health sciences library. In my opinion, one of the best things about studying medicine at Leeds is the structure of the course. You start with placements and clinical skills right from first year alongside your lectures and seminars, which helps to reinforce everything you've learned on paper. Then from third year onwards, it's nearly all time on placement, which is my favourite part. There's still loads of teaching, but instead it's with doctors and real life patients to put everything you've learned into practice. Leeds are also great at promoting a good work-life balance, which is essential with such a demanding course. There's loads of societies to get involved with in the medical school. There's MedSoc, who arrange loads of fun social events like balls and nights out. There's loads of medic sporting societies, and also a society for just about every specialty within medicine.
The University of Leeds is research intensive, and if you choose to study with us, it will be at the heart of your curriculum, and you'll be active participants in research that's taking place, as well as conducting your own. Due to the large volume of research that is conducted here, it means we're able to continuously invest in our campus, and students have access to exciting new facilities across all disciplines. Students also have the option to study extra discovery modules on topics outside of their degree to widen their knowledge and help prepare them for the world of work. So our next student is James, and he is based in the business school.
So hi guys, my name's James. I'm my final year here at the University of Leeds studying business analytics at the business school, and I'm hopefully just going to give you a quick flavour about stuff you can do outside of your degree. So the first thing is clubs and societies. Clubs and societies is a great way to meet new people. They're a great way to get involved in things outside of your degree as well. So there's loads of societies, over 300 at the University of Leeds, ranging from sports societies such as cross country, where I'm president and coaching scholar, or cycling, where I'm secretary, all the way through to academic societies or culture-based societies and things like that. The best thing is you can also make your own one as well if there's not the one you want. So definitely get involved with those. They're a really great way to meet new people. There's loads of opportunities available around them, so definitely get involved. Moving on, the Edge at the University of Leeds is the biggest sports facility out of any UK university, so it's a really great thing to get involved with, and it's free as well for students in halls of residence in the first year. So hopefully I'll talk to you all guys later. Thanks.
With over 38,000 students from 150 countries, we are a global university. Leeds University Union is the heart of our university community, and it exists to make sure you love your time at Leeds. It's run by students, for students, and has shops, nightlife, support services and cafes all under one roof. Leeds University has over 350 clubs and societies, ranging from academic to sport to faith to baking to even Quidditch. Whatever it is you're interested in, there is likely to be a society that fits, or you can try something completely new. Living in university accommodation is a great way to experience student life, make new friends and feel part of our student community. We have an impressive range of accommodation, from modern purpose-built apartments to converted mansions, both on and off campus, and you can see them on our website. All students who make Leeds their firm choice are guaranteed a place in our first year accommodation, but do not worry if you come to Leeds via clearing or as your insurance choice, because there is plenty of options and enough space for everyone. Access to Leeds is our undergraduate widening access programme. It could offer you the chance to study an undergraduate degree with lower entry requirements than listed on our course pages. You must meet 2 of the 6 criteria listed on the screen to be eligible. Applications are completed online, and if you participate in the scheme, you will take part in a study module during year 13 and also get the chance to benefit from support and events to help you to prepare for university. So our final student is Hannah, who applied to Leeds to study maths through Access to Leeds.
Hi everyone, I'm Megan. I'm currently in my second year studying mathematics at the University of Leeds. The main thing that attracted me to apply to Leeds was that I was eligible for a scheme called Access to Leeds. The scheme lowers your entry requirements by around 2 grades, and it involves completing a short study skills module in year 13 where you learn about things like referencing and critical thinking. You also complete a short essay or assignment relating to the course you've applied for, where you get the opportunity to interact with an academic in the area you're interested in, and they provide personal feedback on your work, helping you to prepare for the transition to university. There are loads of opportunities to travel to campus and meet other students on the scheme as well. So when I met on this scheme is now my housemate in second year. I didn't know anyone going to Leeds before I started, and so being able to meet other students really helped to make the experience feel a little less daunting. Also, if you complete the scheme, you're automatically enrolled onto the Plus programme. This programme continues to support you throughout your whole time at university. They've got different academic events helping you with the transition to higher education, as well as different social events to help you meet other students at Leeds. I'd definitely recommend looking into the eligibility criteria for Access to Leeds. It wasn't something I thought I'd be eligible for, but it's definitely benefited me.
I hope that has been helpful and good luck in your applications. We hope that you'll consider the University of Leeds.
Next up, you're going to get the chance to hear a few personal statement top tips and how you can stand out from the crowd.
Hi, I'm James Kennedy, one of the outreach officers at Leeds Beckett University, and as part of this collaborative event, I have the privilege of giving you our collective top tips on how to complete your personal statement. So let's get into it. It can be an overwhelming thought getting started, so hopefully this will help spark your thoughts, and don't worry, as there's loads of support out there on our websites as well as UCAS. So why are they so important? They're your chance to stand out from the crowd. This is particularly important for more competitive courses. Some courses receive thousands of applications for just a few hundred places. So it's your chance to show you are the best person for the course. So if you are in year 12 or level 1, you will have this summer to start thinking about your personal statement ahead of the October and January UCAS application deadlines. Have a look on university websites and see what skills they are looking for in their courses. To start thinking about what to include, you can make a big list or mind map all of your ideas. This will help you to see where the gaps are. The first statement you write won't be the one you send. So start early and write a draft to review multiple times. Keep deadlines in mind, especially once you start year 13 or the second year of your level 3 studies, and make sure you don't copy from anyone. UCAS run all statements through plagiarism software, and if it's found to be copied in any way, it could jeopardize your application. In your statement, you should portray why you have chosen that course or combination of courses, and you could include your supercurricular activities. These are the activities that are directly linked to the course. For example, if you're in a band and you're applying for music, always go beyond the school curriculum. Whatever you've done outside of your studies, which is related to the topic. What skills do you have that make you right for the course, and how have you gained them? What are your future career plans, and how does this course tie in with that? But don't worry if you don't have a clue yet. Think of the examples of your transferable skills that you have gained through activities or maybe part-time employment. These are skills such as teamwork or organisation and problem solving. Mention achievements and positions of responsibility that you are proud of. Remember though, don't just state these, try and link them directly to the course. You can include your hobbies and interests, but again, remember to link these to your course and skills. For example, being part of a sports team means you've gained teamwork skills. Being part of a theatrical production means you've gained communication skills. We all know that things have been a little different recently, but you can use this to your advantage. There are still lots of things that you can do to stand out and make the most of the new normal. For example, you could seek virtual work experience. This is especially important for more competitive courses, such as law and medicine. Ask your careers advisors or do internet searches for experience in your sector. Secondly, universities offer a wide range of free opportunities that you can get involved in. These range from skills resources to subject insight events and summer schools. These are a great opportunity to gain further insight into a particular topic, and you could write about them in your statement. MOOCs are free online open courses. They are virtual, short courses covering topics in anything from time management to wildlife conservation. Again, this will show your passion, dedication, and will help your statement stand out from the crowd. You should try and keep up to date with what's happening in your sector, and you could write about this in your statement. For example, sign up to blogs or even contribute to a blog, mailing list, or news websites. Finally, you could enter online or school-based competitions. Not only could you win prizes, but this is something you can add to your personal statement or even talk about in your interview. Ask yourself, have you provided an example and does it relate to the course? Does each section back up your desire to study your chosen subject? If not, cut it out. The ABC method is a great way to make sure you aren't babbling and writing relevant content. First of all, start with the A for activity. What did you do? Then, what was the B for benefit? What did you gain? And finally, for C, the courses, how does this relate to the course? Have a look through your experiences and examples and try to fit it into this method. Whilst we are being selected for some courses, remember the academics and lecturers are passionate about their courses and they want to see that in you too. It's not just about the assessments, it's about all the additional work that you bring. We want to know who you are, what you enjoy, and how that translates to the course. Don't be negative, don't copy, it just has to be a well-constructed argument about what you enjoy and the skills that you have. Don't leave it to the last minute. The more preparation you do, the more confident you will be in your writing. So in conclusion, you don't have much space to fit a lot of examples and a lot of experience, so keep it concise. If at any point you're not entirely sure, always refer back to your course and its module content, or simply get in touch. Anyone from the universities that you're looking at, or your teachers, tutors and careers advisors will always be around to help support you. Thank you, and good luck with your application.
Hi everyone, I hope you have found that video useful. We are at the part of the event now where we would welcome you to ask any questions you might have. This might be to a specific university or it might just be a little bit more general. Please do put them in the chat and we will answer them. We will try and answer all of them. We have a few questions to get us going. Like I said, we are joined by a wide variety of student hosts, all studying really different subjects. So do make the use of this time and ask them any questions that you would like to. So first up, we have a question here that says, what made you pick Leeds as a university destination? And we're going to start with Katie from the University of Leeds, and I believe she studies medicine.
Hi everyone. So one of the reasons that I picked Leeds as a destination is that, as we mentioned in the video before, the University of Leeds is a campus university, a campus-based university. Everything's in one place. It's got like a really nice community feel. There's a lot of things all really close together, but it's also still really close to the city centre. So that's quite unique. It tends to be that if you go to a campus university, they tend to be a bit further out from the city centre. So I really like that mix that you got. I also knew Leeds quite well. It was only about an hour and a half away from where I lived, so I liked that I could still, go back and visit my family quite easily. And also just really like that there's so much to do in Leeds. There's really great shopping, there's really great nightlife, there's loads of places to eat and drink, and you're also quite close to the countryside as well. So I think more as I went through university, I started to appreciate that it's nice to also have that kind of quiet space quite close as well. So yeah, I think it's kind of a really unique city. There's so many different students and so many different people, and it's just got a really good mix of everything.
Brilliant, thank you, Katie. Okay, next up we have Leeds Beckett. Moya.
Hi. Yeah, so the reason I chose Leeds, for me, I think the biggest thing was that it's a student city. And as obviously you can tell here that we've got 4 major universities here in Leeds, which means that we get a lot of students that come to Leeds. And for me, that was like one of the biggest factors. I wanted to be around students. I wanted to be around people that kind of my age in a similar situation as me. And yeah, in terms of Leeds Beckett, that was just purely because I was really into sports. And of course, I was very famous for sports. And it was something that I was passionate about. So yeah, that's why I chose sports. But really having a lot of students around and being that student environment was a big factor for me in choosing Leeds. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and now we have Alison from Leeds Arts University.
Hi, so I chose Leeds because I study photography and I wanted to pursue that as a uni course, and Leeds Arts University is the only arts specialist university in the north of England. So I kind of wanted that kind of creative atmosphere, and Leeds Arts is exactly that. It is creatives around you who you can collaborate with all the time, and it's in such a fabulous student city where there's people around you to make it feel so much easier, because there's a lot of people who are in the same situation as you, and it's makes it really easy to settle in because there's always somebody around who can help you, and everyone's willing to talk to you. So yeah, that's kind of the reason I chose Leeds.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. So next question we have is accommodation. As a prospective student, this might be something that you're thinking about. So the question is, what was your accommodation like in first year, and what was your experience? And we're going to go to Megan, I believe, from Leeds Trinity.
Hi, so I go to Leeds Trinity University and I stayed on campus in my first year. Leeds Trinity itself has 8 on-campus accommodations that suit all sorts of like budgets and criteria which people want. So people want ensuite bathrooms, people don't. One thing that I really liked about Leeds is the opportunity to live where I wanted. So I could live on campus, but because Leeds is a massive student city, there's a lot of specific like student landlords and things like that, which was like quite good as a perspective for my second and third year. So I'm currently staying in a house with some friends that I met like in my accommodation in my first year, and so I like how the accommodations are completely mixed, and you get to like mix with like people from, you know, different across campus, across different subjects and things like that, and you know, travel across campus and find like different people for like house parties and things like that. You know, you get to meet and go across campus into different accommodations, so meeting people that way. In my accommodation self, I stayed in an accommodation called Ripon Halls, which was one of the heritage halls. That's what it's known as. I got along with every single person in my building. It was really nice. There was a mix of people that were introverts and people that were extroverts. So, you know, there was always somebody that you could hang around with, and even if it was just like in your flat talking, or like, you know, in one of the shared kitchens or something like that. That was really nice. That I really enjoyed. So.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, so the next question is about work experience. Obviously, coming to university, there is lots of different chances to get involved with all different kinds of work experience. And first up, we have Jonathan from Leeds Trinity.
Hi, yeah, so I did a placement in my first year because I wanted to go down the teaching avenue, and because of my course being English with creative writing, I just had some time to think, and I wanted to do a teaching assistant placement. So I was able to do that for, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks. And by the end of it, I felt a lot more confident. I felt like I gained a lot more skills. And yeah, it was like something really good to put on my CV as well. So yeah, if you can do placement, I would highly recommend it because it'll build you professionally wise.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, we've got students who have done all kinds of different work experiences here. So next up we have James from the University of Leeds.
Yep, so hi guys, I'm James. I did a 9-week internship after my first year as well during the summer. So it's worth noting, obviously, university summer is a lot longer, so you can do things like part-time jobs, full-time jobs, or internships. So I did a 9-week internship as an analyst, which was really interesting because obviously I do business analytics, so it was nice to see that the stuff we learned during the first year was actually applicable to kind of real life work as well. And obviously it's having never worked kind of, you know, 50-hour weeks, 9 weeks in a row, it was kind of a bit of an experience to do that as well. So so yeah, like Jonathan, I definitely recommend, you know, getting an internship if you can. And there's loads out there. I know some of my friends who did it in Easter, doing what's called spring weeks, which a lot of financial companies do. And then internships during the summer as well is very popular. So definitely there's loads of opportunities for that whilst you're studying as well.
Amazing, thanks James. And then last but not least, we have Moyo again, and he has had some work experience as well.
Yeah, so for me, obviously I'm doing sports. I'm doing sports. So I've had quite a few work experiences, and first one I had was Bradford City, which I was a football analyst there, and I got that one through my lecture. I think one of the biggest things that we have is that most of our lecturers have like industry connections in a sense, so like they will all know someone in the industry, or they also have like connections with industries outside the university. So I got that internship during my first and second year. It was a really nice experience for me to actually learn about something and actually go do it out there in practice. I've also worked with like the athletics team for Leeds Beckett again, which I'm doing that this year actually. Obviously, like supporting them with any kind of biomechanical support they need during their training, and yeah, that's the experience I've done so far. It's been really helpful for me in terms of learning about something and actually doing it on the field to put my skills into practice. Thank you.
Amazing. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at what clubs and societies are on offer when you are selecting what university to come to. And I know across all our universities we do have some really exciting opportunities. Clubs and societies then, we are going to hear from James from the University of Leeds, because I believe he does quite a few interesting things.
Yeah, I do a fair few, that's for sure. So first of all, I'll start by saying that societies are definitely the best way to kind of meet people outside of your halls of residence, obviously outside of your course, and to meet people across different years as well. So it's really great to do loads of societies. And like was mentioned earlier in the video, was that kind of you can go and sign up to societies and just in your first year or at the start of a year or whatever, just try and sign up to as many as possible, try and meet as many people, try new things. So there may be things that you've never tried, but actually get the opportunity and you really like them. So for me personally, I'm the president and coaching scholar of the University of Leeds Cross Country Club, which basically means that I kind of oversee the whole club. And then coaching scholar means that I get a grant from the university for things like coaching courses and things like that. So I become a qualified coach during this last year, and I design and lead all the training as well. So that's something that sports societies and I think also non-sport societies do offer, is kind of positions of responsibility that you can further yourself. I'm also a member of the cycling society. I'm the secretary there, so just shows you can be in kind of 2 executive committees and still have time to do stuff. And then I'm a member of about 6 or 7 other societies, ranging from more sports ones through to all the way to things like Bitcoin and blockchain and things like that, and Leeds Data Science Society. So it's a really great in Leeds as well. There's lots of societies that aren't just university based, that are public societies that university students can join for free to have a tryout as well. So definitely get involved with those if you get the chance.
That's great, thank you guys. Okay, so moving on to a more finance-based question. Again, as a prospective student at university, you might sort of be thinking about how you can afford it, or how does current students make their money go as far as it can. So we have the next question is, how do you manage your day-to-day budget? And we have Megan from the University of Leeds to go over that a little bit.
So yeah, hi everyone, I'm Megan, and kind of, yeah, for my day-to-day budget, kind of the main thing that helps me is once I've got my student loan in, I kind of would take away what I'll be paying for rent, and then see what I'm left with and kind of split that over the weeks until like my next instalment of my student loan, to kind of work out like the maximum that I can spend each week, just because you don't want to be in a position where you've kind of overspent. So that would be like my main tip, just work out how much money you definitely have to spend, because your rent is probably going to be your biggest expense whilst you're at uni. And then also another thing that's really helped me with my managing my money since being at university is I've got the bank account Monzo. So they kind of it's just more online banking. You do get like a card with them, but I really liked that as soon as you spend any money on that, whether that's like contactless or using your card, it tells you straight away, you get a notification. Whereas I was noticing kind of at the beginning of first year, I had my student Santander bank account, and if I was maybe out and I'd just brought something from a shop or something, it wouldn't tell me immediately how much that was. So that was just the main benefit to me of Monzo. It tells you straight away. So if say you brought a drink and it's a bit more expensive, and you know kind of not to buy any more of those ones, or like you can pick something like that, just so that you don't really overspend. And then I also like that I can transfer kind of my weekly budget over to that bank account. So rather than having like just all of my money for that entire like term in one bank account, I like to have it weekly so I can kind of see it. Because sometimes if you've just got a big sum of money, you don't really notice if you're getting close to like kind of the end of your budget. So if you've just got your weekly one, you can see exactly how much you've got left until like next week. And then also just a tip for like Freshers Week, it's good if you can to maybe have some savings for Freshers Week, because a lot of universities and courses you won't get your student loan until after Fresher Week is over. So it's just nice to have some just kind of like cash to have for that first week of Freshers, and then you'll get your student loan in the week after, and your rent won't be due until the week after if you're in halls accommodation anyway. But yeah, just with budgeting, kind of some other tips of like if you shop at budget supermarkets like Aldi or Lidl, anything like that, and kind of set yourself a budget of, say, like your supermarket shoppings. You can set yourself some money aside for takeaways, but I wouldn't get too much of them because they do add up, even if it's just a little bit here and there. But yeah, that would be how I manage it. Yeah.
That's great. Some top tips there, Megan. Thank you so much. I'm also just going to invite Katie to answer that question from the University of Leeds. Katie, just for your guys' background, Katie is a medical student, so she does a lot of different placements. So it'd be interesting to see your thoughts on that sort of finance budget question as well.
Yeah, so again, just to kind of be like a Monzo advocate here, I use Monzo as well, and it's really handy just for breaking up. Like you can set aside like pots of money, so you can have a pot that all say like your bills and like direct debits for rent and everything comes out that's completely separate to like your like spending money for each week, and then you can set like specific budgets. I want to spend this much on food, this much on like socialising, that kind of thing. So I use that, but then yeah, just to kind of like make it more relevant to medicine, I think something I didn't really think about is that compared to my other friends, that I actually had a lot more other expenses that I didn't really think about to factor into my student loans. Obviously, I do a lot of travelling every single day, and our placements can be all over West Yorkshire, so I can have to travel to kind of like Huddersfield, Wakefield, Harrogate, Bradford, all sorts every single day. And one thing I wasn't really as aware of at first is that there's actually things like travel grants that you can apply for through the university. Once you get further into your course, you can become eligible for the NHS bursary as well to get extra money to help fund those kind of things, and you can claim back some of your travel expenses through that. And then through the medical school, for like different certain people, each one will have its own criteria, but there's also like other certain grants that you can apply for depending on, some might be to do with like if you do some kind of research, you can get, you know, a certain grant, or if you come from like a certain background, you can get certain extra pots of money to help with that kind of thing. Yeah, and there was just quite a lot of like unexpected expenses, I think, that I didn't really realise about at first. So, like really small things, like had to pay for like a swipe card into the dissection suite of it, I think was quite a lot, and like paying for like lab coats and quite a lot of like textbooks, and also our course is longer than a lot of other uni courses, so we don't get as much time off. So obviously you have to stretch your money out even further over the week. So I think it's just being mindful of those kind of extra expenses that you might have to incur if you do a course like mine, and just trying to be aware of what extra money you might be available to you to help with that, really.
That's great. Thank you, Katie. Okay, so we're just going to have a little think now about support. Obviously, the past year has been a bit of a whirlwind. I think increasingly we're getting a lot of questions from prospective students about the support that universities have on offer, and not just sort of wellbeing support as well, support for academic studies, and those kinds of things. I know that all 4 of our universities will offer a whole host of different kinds of support, but I'm just going to invite Megan from the University of Leeds to just outline what we have here, and if you guys have any more specific questions for a particular uni, please do direct them into the chat.
So yeah, at the University of Leeds, kind of as was mentioned in the pre-recorded video before, I spoke about access to Leeds and then the Plus programme. So kind of if you're eligible for access to Leeds, once you then accept your place at Leeds and get in Leeds, you're on a programme called the Plus programme, and this will support you throughout your whole time at university. doesn't matter what year you're in. And they kind of just keep in touch with you. They have like a weekly newsletter, and that has different things, different socials, activities that you go to meet other people. They often have different kind of like networking events on there, and any opportunities that they have in the university for you to get involved in, different kind of like volunteering activities, things like that. And they're also kind of like a place you can go to ask for help, and they will know like where to direct you if they can't specifically help you. So kind of like as a first call, they're always so happy to kind of just help you, ask any of your questions. And they often have a lot of like current students involved in their program as well. So it's just nice to kind of feel quite connected to it. And then also at the University of Leeds, once you first join, you'll be assigned an academic tutor. Like I do maths at the University of Leeds, so I got my academic tutor, and this is kind of the same tutor throughout my whole time that I'm at the University of Leeds. So if I have any questions kind of regarding specifically like my course, I'll always go to them first, or if I want any advice, like if I'm starting placement next year, but before I started, I could talk to my personal tutor and ask them like for any advice on how to go about doing it. They'll give you a reference, anything like that. So they're always great to just help you out if you're not completely sure who to ask the right question. Again, just a great first point of contact. And then also the union at the University of Leeds, they offer, like Steph was saying, so much support about like mental health. They do different exam support, especially around exam season. They're always putting out tips on the different social media, anything like that, just to kind of help you and support you. And there's also JobLink that's located in the University Union. And these kind of help you with if you want a part-time job to, again, like kind of help if you need a bit of extra money. And it's really great if you get kind of employed by the University of Leeds, because they understand that your studies still come first. So if you ever need to kind of cancel a shift or anything like that because of like your university work, they're a lot more understanding sometimes than other employers maybe, if kind of they just want you to work a shift and you're unavailable. And then also just another quick thing to point out, the University of Leeds, the careers service, like the careers centre, that's helped me massively. So they kind of, they help anyone in any year, and you can book different appointments with them. So when I was, like I say, applying for my placement, I went to the careers service and they checked over my CV, gave me different tips and points to change. They checked over my cover letter, just to make sure that like my application was as good as it possibly could be. And you can also book mock interviews with the careers centre. So if you've maybe never done an interview before, I hadn't, like before, I'd never really had a part-time job. To me was really quite scary. So to be able to get a practice one and then receive like feedback immediately from that is a really it's just really great support, and kind of helps settle your nerves for when you're applying to like something that really does matter to you. And then again, just touching on like different financial support. If you are ever kind of in a really difficult financial place, the University of Leeds do have a hardship fund that's available, and that is always like, it's so much better to go there than kind of look for a loan anywhere else. They'll be more than happy to kind of help you and talk you through your situation, and give you advice as well as like the financial help that you do need. So yeah, there is loads of different things. I could be here talking all day, but yeah.
That's brilliant, thank you. Okay, so we have time for one more question. I can see there's questions being answered in the chat as well, which is great. But last question is, what has your highlight been of university so far? And Jonathan from Trinity, I will send you live to answer that one. Your highlight of university so far?
I think the highlight would be meeting the friends that I made. I'm still in contact with most of them. I met them in second year when I was living in halls. It was a very scary experience because obviously you get put with these people, you know, you don't get a form that says, right, this person loves this, hates that. It's kind of just, you're either going to love them or you hate them. And I was lucky enough to form friendships with them. I still talk to them to this day. We still meet up every so often. So I think without them, it would have really negatively impacted my time at uni, but because of them, I really enjoyed my time. So yeah, that's probably my highlight of uni, being my flatmates from last year.
Okay, great, thank you. And now we have Alison from Leeds Arts.
So my highlight would definitely have to be one of the trips we went on. So I was lucky enough to go to Tokyo for a week last year in February. Our uni provides 2 trips a year for the photography course. I'm not sure how it runs with the rest of them, but photography in particular, because it's such a practical subject, they want you to be hands-on all the time, taking as many photos as you possibly can. So getting out there in a completely different city that I'd never explored before was such an amazing experience. We got a chance to see some different galleries as well as see the sights of Tokyo and develop as photographers over there. So that was really cool. And then a lot of us got our photos finished and sorted, and then mine actually featured in a magazine after I came back. So I did a series of photos that then featured, which was pretty cool. So I think that probably has to be the highlight of my university experience so far.
Amazing. And now last but not least, we've got James from Leeds Uni.
Yeah, it's so hard to choose kind of just one highlight from 3 years at university. I think a combination of kind of the trips I've been on and the friends I've made, definitely. But kind of if I had to pinpoint one, I'd say probably the last couple of weeks, once we kind of, I've finished my degree now, just waiting on the results, and just kind of totally relaxing with my mates and doing kind of trips while camping into the dales and the lakes and things like that, and just getting out and about and doing different things, and just making some nice memories before you start the grind that is work. So yeah, definitely no, just doing that, and yeah, but I think friends and society trips and things like that are definitely up there on the highlights for sure.
And then we'll just hear from Beckett as well. Moyo, I'll just send you live.
What's the question?
Highlight of university so far.
Oh, for me was graduating, because obviously at the moment I'm doing my master's. I think graduating from undergrad was a big deal. I think it was kind of like the celebration at the end of the 3 years for like everything we've kind of went through, which sounds like when something went through something bad, but it was just kind of the payoff for all the hard work that we've done over the 3 years. And yeah, just being there with family and friends and all the friends that we've made over the last 3 years, and getting all our pictures and photo shoots and things like that. That was a very, very nice day for us. And yeah, definitely a highlight for me so far. And hopefully there'll be more.
Okay, massive thank you to our student ambassadors. Please do continue to put some questions into the chat and we can continue to answer them. But thank you so much for joining us. We really hope that you have found that useful.